Hey everybody, and welcome back to Perardo's Let's Play of Tropico 5. You may be looking at this and going, hey, wait a minute. Didn't we get farther in this quest in this town already? And you'd be right if you were thinking that. What I've done now is I've actually went back and restored a slightly previously saved game to basically the start of that time machine mission or quest, because if you look at so right now we have a 61% approval rating, right? Now, fast forward to the end of that last episode, we had a 39% approval rating. And what kept happening was, in the year and a half or 2 years I had before the next election, I could not get the approval rating up high enough so that if there was an election, or when there was an election, that I would win that election. Just couldn't get it high enough. I think the closest I got was 46% of the vote. So just not there. And it was one of those elections that if you decline the election, a coup happens. And we don't have the military available to stop the coup. So my plan here, and that happened around 1999, 2000, 2001, in that area as far as the year goes. So my plan here is to take a look at what the problems are and what we can do to fix them. At the same time, we're going to try for really the time machine and a whole lot of other things. I mean, there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of things that we added and took away between this game and the last one, and I'm not going to try to recreate all of them, but it is something that we are going to have to really think about and take a look at. So one of the main things that we're going to start off with right away is take a look at happiness. Now, entertainment is pretty high. I will tell you that the entertainment's going to go down, so that's something to take into consideration. Housing is one of the lower ones. That is something we're working on. Job is going to be the big one, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. And then religion is not too bad, but it's not great either. And if you recall, we did lose... oh, no, it's still here. So one of the things that happened in the last game was a typhoon, and it wiped out a bunch of buildings, and including this Catholic mission, and that really upset the religious people, especially because we do have an atheist state, and they're a little upset by that. So that's something to keep in consideration. So one thing I wanted to show you where I had kind of made a little bit of a faux pas here is we have 80 open jobs, all right? But we have 13 unemployed people, and let me tell you, that unemployed number is just going to continue to grow. And if you look at the open jobs, whoops, let me back up. If you look at the open jobs and look at the bottom right, the open jobs are for illiterate and high school people, right? A lot of illiterate open jobs, but look at high school as well. You need a high school education. And if you look at the unemployed people, sure, there's a bunch of illiterate, but there's not that many people who have a high school education. And so I think one of the things we're going to do is really try to convert more of the unemployed to being from illiterate to being at least having a high school education. So that's one of the tactics we're going to take. So first things first, we're going to take a look at let's actually take a look at the trade menu and make sure that we've got stuff going. We do. Okay. I want to take a look at the build menu. I kind of now know what's going to be happening. So we have a free Cineplex that we can put in, which will really help with entertainment. I'm also going to stick in a restaurant and a tavern. These are really cheap buildings that just we can plop right in and will really help us out with satisfaction from entertainment perspective. So that's what I'm going to do first. The other thing is I am going to put in a high school, another high school, to help with education. And then we're going to start working on that time machine. But my main goal is to really try to keep that satisfaction rating up. We need it above at least 50. So let's get this let's speed this bad boy up. We've got some apartment buildings going in, which will certainly help us out. And that will really help. Hopefully that will really help our plan for domination, but also for generating enough research points. I do want to take a look here. Oh, that's the embassy. I keep mistaking the embassy for the library. I don't know why. Just wanted to make sure that we're all maxed out on that, so we're producing enough research. We've got some more money, so now's a great time to go ahead and build that high school that I was talking about. Now I just see that we have a coal mine that was demolished, and thankfully we had already built, or we are currently building, a coal mine here. Now that's going to cause probably some problems with electricity if we're not, because this building has not been built yet. Even though it's on a high priority build, it's only halfway done. So I can definitely tell you that that's going to cause a little bit of problem. Now it's done, but one of these power plants is probably going to run out of coal pretty quickly, and that's going to cause a little bit of a problem. As you can see, our approval ratings already dipped down to 58. It's not horrible, but it's dipped down a little bit. I'm actually gonna. We're going to have an election. We are way up, so I'm not too concerned by that. And in fact, we just got a new quest in here. I'm not going to do that. And let's see what this protest is all about. Reduce the number of factories. We're clearly not going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and send the army in to take care of them. It's not going to help my approval rating, but it's really the only thing we can do right there. And just watching, making sure we have power. Okay, so what's going on over here? We've got the Cineplex is still going up. We still have all of our buildings here are still in production. We did have somebody die from starvation last year, but I think that's kind of a holdover from the previous problems that we were having with food. So I'm hoping that that is a little bit solved and settled, and it will not continue to be an issue. We seem to be in a good shape for winning this election, so I'm not too concerned about that. I do want to take a quick look at happiness again, though. I mean, the job is the big one, and we're working on fixing that. Entertainment, that number should start moving positively. Housing, we can try putting more housing to move that a little bit more positively. I mean, religion, we can put it in another religious building, and that's probably a safe thing to do, just to kind of help compensate for the making this country atheist. And we've got some money now, so let's take a look here. Welfare and media. What can we need more money to put in a cathedral. I mean, basically we could just put it in another church. And actually that's what I'm going to do, is because there is not a church or any kind of religious institution over here. And you know how people are, they like it when things are close together, when they are near each other. So I'm going to put that in over here. And I thought I put a grocer over here, but I could be wrong. And I do want to do that. I just don't see it. If I put it in, I don't see it, so it's entirely possible I put it in, I'm just blind. Well, we're going to put one in. I'm going to put it in because I want... well, you can't... None of these roads are straight. I know I built the roads. It's my fault, but... Man, okay. Okay, power is still going, so we didn't lose anything there. That's good. And buildings. Okay, so let's see what we still are building our buildings. Now, I really want to get in some science labs, because those are really going to help us out as far as the research goes. That's really going to start propelling us forward. And the only thing to keep in mind is we only have 360 available power, and I did just build... This is almost done yet, and this is going to use, I think it said 220. Does it say? Where does it say? Well, it's not saying. But, yeah, only 110 power. So, I mean, we can win without cheating. Clearly, we're at 60%. That is definitely going to be an issue.
I cannot change the law of physics here.
And we will generate, yeah, we are going to need to generate more power. And we do have a little bit of what appears to be maybe a export uranium. All right, I'm going to pause this right now. We just won the election. I want to pause it. We're in a good place. We have 58% approval rating. We've got a couple quests to work on. Now, here's one thing I want to throw out. So first off, we clearly have a little bit of a problem. I don't know if it's a transport problem. This building is not producing because it's not getting iron. So it needs iron. Now, we should have an iron mine, and excuse me while I go look for it. Here it is. So the question is, why is the iron mine not running? Or it is, but why? Doesn't seem, has some sitting there, but not a lot. Let's see, we've got a lot of resources left. In fact, I could run Rock Breaker on it so we have enough. What we may want to do is throw in a Teamster's office. Now, if you recall, I put a bunch of Teamster's offices in the last episode, and of course those are gone now, and I don't know how many I put in, but something to keep in mind is that, you know, those are gone now, so I'm going to have to rebuild some of them. So that's just something I need to think about. The other thing, really the next thing I need to do, okay, yes, we are going to export you some uranium, which will actually really help us out financially. In fact, didn't I build a... No, I did not build a uranium. But there is 2 uranium deposits right here. So that is definitely something we need to get going. I don't know if I have enough. I can't put it in an automated mine, so we're going to hold off. So let's let this game go. But so one of the main things that we're going to have to build next is a geothermal power plant. And the reason we're going to do that is, A, we have the power quest, so that will really help out there. But we need to generate more power so that we can put in the science labs. And the science labs is really what's going to propel us forward with generating that enough research for the time machine. So right now, we're just kind of biding our time. As those buildings get built, hopefully our support will continue to increase. And we really need to make sure we got enough money in the account so that we can start building some of this stuff. We need 10 grand to build the automated mine for the uranium. And we're just not... What's going on here, people? We've got 14,000 there. We've got only 1,600 corn and bananas, pineapples, cotton. We got some cars. Not a lot of anything else, though. They're still not getting their iron. Now they have some iron. So that's not too bad. All right. All right, let's take a look at... Actually, do we finish building? Okay, we did. So we finished building all of our entertainment buildings as well as the school. So let's see if that's impacted our happiness at all. Entertainment's up in the 60s. That's great. Food is still really high. Healthcare is good. Housing, 55. Not horrible, but could use some work. Job is at 46, so that's something we still need to take a look at. Liberty's good, and religion's down to 49. And it's because that church that I put in on the other side of the island hasn't been built. So hopefully when we build that, it will help increase it. But something to keep an eye on is that religion number. But the job is still a concern. And we still have a lot of open jobs for high school and illiterate, actually. But we don't have... Wow, so that's interesting. How do we have so many open illiterate jobs? Open illiterate jobs doesn't sound right. And so many unemployed illiterates, but not many unemployed... Huh. Well, hopefully now that the high school is built, we'll start generating more high school kids. Well, I don't want to spend the money on that just yet. I'm trying to save up money for my uranium plant. Yep, see, we're having a problem. Well, now they need to get steel and bauxite. And they're probably out of steel because we are exporting steel. And that is a little bit of an issue when it comes to the trade. Is that sometimes... Oh, no, we're exporting sugar and logs. Oh, you know what? Oh, right, because they had a problem getting the ore. The iron, I mean. See, it's all connected. It's all connected. We did that Teamsters did go in. So hopefully that will help. And that church is now in. And the grocer is in over here. So all of our buildings are built. At this point, I'm just trying to raise enough money
The EU seems to be
in order to build our next building, but we just don't have the funds right now. 12,000 there, 900 there. All right, hopefully this will give us a boost, but really it's just gonna even us out. It's not gonna be enough.
A chap on the streets told me.
Yes, I will build another religious building to increase our standing. In fact, that sounds like a really great idea. I'm just gonna build another church though. We already have one over there. Oh, maybe I should build one over here near the rich people. I don't know. That's gonna they're gonna be happy about that or get annoyed by that. Could go either way with that group. Alright, so we just finished a trade offer. What is this problem here? Not getting enough planks? No, you have planks. You have logs. But you're not producing anything, aren't you? Now you are. Alright, so we finished a trade offer. What else can we export? We're not making chocolate. Oh, we are doing pharmaceuticals, though. There we go. Bam. Why is this building not producing a lot? It's not too bad. I'm wondering if I do need to put in another Teamsters. I don't know. I don't know if we're not getting enough resources being transported around. The other thing I should think about doing is taking advantage of these oil wells. I've got 2 that are just kind of hanging out there.
That's one huge way, Presidente.
Okay, so this is that typhoon that hit us last time in the last episode. And it's going to knock out some of our buildings, and which really stinks because we were really trying to, build up, and now we're going to get, this. We lost a bunch of country homes, the Catholic mission, the newspaper, a ranch. It's going to be a real pain in the butt. And now we're going to have to rebuild a whole bunch of stuff. So rebuilding all of everything. Oh my goodness. All right. This place needs to be pumped out. Yay. Actually, this, you know what? I don't want to. I remember I did this before. We're going to cancel the construction here because I'm going to put in apartment buildings. I don't want those country homes in there. But let's take a look and see. So we got some more places that need to be pumped out. Damage is a lot more extensive this time around than it was last time. It wasn't this bad last time. There was maybe one place that needed to be pumped out. Everything else was okay. Alright, well, we survived it. We've got a bunch of places being rebuilt. I need to put in some more. I'm actually going to... I'm not going to do that yet. I want to demolish that tenement and put in apartment buildings. And demolish that country house. But I'm going to wait till I have the money. In fact, we're going to pump this up again. We seem to have recovered well. It's just rebuilding a lot of these buildings right now. And I really want... Oh, man, why can't... We're just not getting ahead with the funds. And, let me take a look at the budget. Yeah, I mean, our expenses are higher than our revenue. And... Not seeing... Is that from construction? And other. Well, whatever other is, it's really screwing us up. Well, let's see what happens. Really would like more. We got 14,800 there. Really would just like to be able to build that uranium mine. I really feel like that's gonna really help us out with the funds, but we're just not getting there. From a fund perspective, we just don't have the money. And okay, yes, now we do. All right, let's get over there and build that, because I may be banking a little bit too much on it, but I really feel that a uranium mine is really going to help us out in the in the short term and in the long term. Boom, and I'm going to high priority this. And how much is it to put in an oil well since I'm over here? Oil well 7,200. We can do it. You can do it. Okay, and I'm going to high priority that build as well. So I think exporting that oil is really going to help, and we're going to need to put a Teamsters up here as well, which we will do once we have some more money. Let's see what else we got going on. Happiness. All right. Job is lower than it was. Religion's actually better, so yay for that. Liberty is okay. Yeah, we're already having. I just saw that pop up. We are having some transport issues over here, so we're going to need to really increase that. Housing is at 51. We have 108 homeless people. Now remember, those country homes came down, so we're going to have to really rebuild them and get those apartment buildings built up. Taking forever to build. I'm hoping that really once we build these two things, that we'll really have a great opportunity to generate more revenue, so that we are not constantly in the red, and we can start building some more really important buildings, so we can actually get this time machine built. Because right now we're stagnant in quite a few things. And Teamster's office going in. Alright, we are up to like 30 grand now. So let's take a look at the geothermal. Okay, geothermal's only 18. So we definitely need to pop that baby in. So let's get over here. Definitely want to pop in that geothermal plant. Boom. And I really do need to start putting in. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish that building, and I'm going to demolish that building, and hit play because we need those buildings demolished before before I put anything else. So let's do that. There they go. And now we're going to build us a couple apartments. I know they're not going to fit. Why? Why won't you fit? I can put you over there. What's this building? Oh, that's part of the... Okay. Maybe I need to rebuild that road. I don't know. It seems a little insane to do that. Oh, we don't have enough money. Okay. Seems a little insane to rebuild that road. I may just put them in long ways here. Especially because I don't know if I can get that curve in. That seems like a really tricky area to be able to do that. Okay, power plant is being kind of built, but not really. Let's see. You see me abandoning these embassy missions, and the reason is we already have Russia in the embassy, and we have a really good relationship with them. We're building that. If you expel them, they get all pissy, and I just don't want to deal with that right now. My main thing is I really want the research done. That's really going to be the big thing for me. So let's come over here. Okay, uranium. Nope, that's not the uranium plant. Here it is, but it's still been built. So we are now exporting uranium. There's not a whole lot of uranium in that. Oh yeah, we got money. We'll spend it. Boom. Not a lot of uranium. We are producing the. Okay, so we just up that. Great. Great. I'm just making sure we've got rock breaker on these going, because otherwise we're gonna run out of materials. Yeah, you need that, and yes to that too. Okay, and we have a quest over here. What? Oh my. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Last night's family gathering, heated dispute. Heidi says the toucan should be the mascot, and Agata, horrible names. And I apologize if your name is Agata. I'm sorry, but it seems like a strange name. The llama, you know. So up the 10% export price of bananas. Sure, we're producing bananas. Why not? Okay, so we need to build 6 new guard towers. All right, so look at that. Everything is just like coming together all at one time here. All right, so here's okay. Plant is up and running, so that's good. We need to build 6 new guard towers, and we still have a 53% approval rating. So our approval rating has gone down a bit. And I'm sure that's related to housing. I don't even have to look to know that. So I'm going to put in. Well, I'm just going to be able to fit 1 in there, aren't I? Well, maybe I will demolish these 2 things as well, because I can always find. Hey. Oh, I guess I have to do something else with that. Okay. We also need to put in guard towers. So, since I'm demolishing that one, I'll put that in there. Put 1 in there. That's 2. Let's see, 3. Let's get 1 out here. 4. Yeah, let's get 1. What is that? Can't tell what. Oh, it's a thing. A garden. That's what it's called, a garden. Is that 4? And I need 2 more, so let's get 1 out over here, because you never know what those rebels are going to attack. Plus, it's helpful if they're. I must have a guard tower out here. Oh yeah, there's 1 over there. Well, let's stick 1 over here. Oh no, we got 1 there. Well, let's stick 1 over here then. I think that's 6. And we're gonna let that go. Now, I am concerned about the happiness dropping down as much as it has. Job and housing seem to be the 2 big ones. Although we're only down to 23 unemployed people. Whoops. And housing is a big one. 165 homeless. So that's really what we need to start doing, is building those more apartment buildings. Now, I do have 2 being built over here. So I'm hoping that will really help us out. And that one just went... Nope, don't have the money. Okay. Well, that's where we're going to end this episode of Tropico, the Let's Play from Paradora. Didn't really get even as far as we did in the last episode, but we're in a better place. We have a 53% approval rating, which is much better than where we were before, and we're going to continue to work on that approval rating. We're actually ending a couple years early from where the last episode ended, so we've got some more time to even help build up on that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and share the video. Tell your friends about the channel. Subscribe. Looking forward to seeing you all in the next episode.